morning, 你好. Welcome to Blockchain and Lindy Chen Channel. My name is Lindy Chen. I'm very excited to be here and share my insight about blockchain with you. In the last video, I shared with you application and introduction of Unit 9, Lead Recruitment Strategy for Blockchain Projects. In this video, I will share with you the job market and the market fragmentation. The job market. Much has changed in the job market in recent years, with significant shifts in the way that work is conducted. The growing IT and knowledge economics are shifting from a national to an international focus, with global corporations becoming a significant part of our daily lives and activities. With this shift to globalization, people are more willing to move around the world. Technology has also facilitated the opportunity for people to work on a global stage from the most remote areas. So leaders and recruiters now think of talent search from a global perspective rather than a local perspective. This globalization has brought to attention new issues such as language and cultural differences, where teams are spread across the world. Recruiters are now including language and training in areas such as cultural diversity in many candidate requirements. Outsourcing has become the norm and has been accelerated by global platforms that connect organizations and people with specific skills. Roles that were traditionally held tightly within organizations are increasingly being outsourced, with large international companies sourcing up to 60% of their innovation from outside of the company. Contracting has also become a significant method of talent engagement, where many organizations, large and small, have at least some part of their permanent or casual workforce replaced by a contracted service provider. Millennials are considered to prefer to work for multiple organizations in a contract arrangement rather than take a permanent position with a single organization. Work teams are becoming smaller, more focused, and specialized, with a shift towards working autonomously. Performance is focused on outcomes, shifting to payment for outcomes rather than attendance. The globalization of the workforce requires a certain level of flexibility and multidisciplinary teams that can work autonomously and across multiple regulatory jurisdictions. An interesting byproduct is that this creates an environment that fosters innovation and creativity in their approach to work. Market fragmentation. Market fragmentation is the concept that all markets are diverse and over time break into distinct groups of customers, such as fragments. We will consider market fragmentation from two perspectives. 1. Recruitment. 2. Sector. Recruitment. The Internet has been instrumental in fragmenting the traditional mode of the recruitment agency into two main segments: recruitment agency, 2. Job boards. Where once upon a time, agencies were mostly a one-stop shop that addressed talent search, talent representation, and recruitment, the industry split has resulted in these two segments not only falling out of touch with each other, but creating an incredible reliance on the fidelity and accuracy of job description and CVs as a source of truth. This split has further fragmented agency, forcing them to find niche market to remain relevant or even compete. Niche being defined usually by industry, region, job skills, and any other human resource service they can specialize in. Further confusion arrived with the introduction of recruitment software that scanned job boards, collecting the same talent and job opportunities with no relationship with the talent, but rather a service offered to hires. Talent may have zero input into where or whom their CV is circulated with. Regardless whether you are a hire or someone looking to be hired, the problem is that there are literally hundreds of job boards and thousands of recruitment agencies that you could investigate. As a hirer, you end up with many different providers and job boards because none of them have access to the entire talent pool. Before you even commence interview, you have already spent a large amount of money on job advertisement and prepaid recruiter's fee. As someone looking to be hired, you will be faced with hundreds of different job boards and a huge number of different recruitment agencies or headhunters that will offer their services. You can end up in an endless web search that takes away so much of your spare time. Managing these resources can be exhausting. On how many different sites did you register and create a profile? To how many different recruiters did you send your CV? Job aggregators may also have the same job posted multiple times on different sites boards. Sometimes the employer name is mentioned, sometimes it isn't, causing talent to think it may be a different job, and so they will submit multiple applications. The recruitment landscape is so fragmented and then that instead of helping companies and job seekers to find each other, it actually hinders them from finding each other. The CV trade. Recruitment and headhunting is a multi-billion-dollar industry driven by the trade in the CVs. Finder's fees for recruiter can attract up to 30% of the gross annual salary for the agency, and that first introduced the right candidate. So recruiters are motivated to present as many CVs to hire as they can. So the sole intention to tie them to a fee as soon as the hirer opens the email. Candidates often will not know what happens with their CV and leave their CV in good faith, thinking that the more agents that have their CV, the better. In practice, the converse is often the case. Sector. Let's revisit and focus our definition of fragmentation. Fragmentation occurs where a market is composed of multiple incompatible technologies or technology stacks, which forces prospective buyers of a single product or service to commit to an entire product or service ecosystem, rather than maintaining free choice of complementary products and services. Mass market fragmentation in the technology sector reflects the same identical issue as from the recruitment perspective. Industry sectors have become significantly fragmented as each sector becomes more segmented and niche, usually driven by focused business model and go-to-market strategy. Strategic thinking since the 80s has suggested that as markets grow, organizations should seek out niche markets where they can take leadership positions. Disruptive innovation strategies through the 90s and beyond have seen further segmentation, where organizations disrupt existing value chains by creating specific value offering in key parts of the value chain. The end result in terms of recruitment has been a logical segment and a niche approach to mass markets. Market fragmentation and the blockchain ecosystem. There are several distinct characteristics of a blockchain ecosystem that certainly cause further fragmentation within the technology sector. The technology stack that is differentiated by a distributed ledger, node applications, smart contracts, consensus protocols, autonomous behavior, cryptographic hashing, tokenization, an absence of a standardized operating platform, diverse requirements for interoperability with other chains, enterprise, and legacy systems, jurisdictional regulatory diversity, From myself, the team at China Direct Sourcing, the team at Friesen Technology, and the team at Blockchain Collective. Thank you for watching this video series. If you like what you see and hear and want to know more about it, please subscribe our channel and contact us. Good luck with your blockchain learning journey. Enjoy the program.